1,048 Adages of Imam Ali, peace be upon him, in noble manners. 334. The weapon of the believers is the prayers, dua. 335. He who seeks peace should keep on straight. 336. According to the level of shyness, the chastity shall be. 337. The mend of religion, faith, is by the good belief. 338. He who is always true shall never be prohibited from dignity. 339. The habit of the noble ones is generosity. 340. Blessedness is for him who remembered the afterlife and made the good. 341. He who works for the afterlife shall win this success. 342. The happiness of someone is in satisfaction about what one has got. 343. He who has satisfaction in what Allah had given him, he is verily a rich one. 344. The obedience of the guidance shall rescue oneself. 345. He who trusts Allah shall depend on him. 346. No dependent on Allah has any tiresome times. 347. He who has a strong faith, his sincerity is high. 348. The seed of faith is to read Al-Quran. 349. Blessedness is for the soul that did for its God what he had assigned to it. 350. He who believed in the reward shall do the goodness. 351. He is certainly a victorious one who depended on patience for victory. 352. Running after manners is the beauty of one's lineage. 353. The zakat, the required almsgiving, of beauty should be chastity. 354. No one shall win paradise unless he is running after it. 355. He is exalted who is satisfied with what he has. 356. The good afterlife lies in the good work. 357. No one shall receive the rewards of goodness except of him who does it. 358. Giving thanks to the giver is a shield against adversities. 359. He is barely awake who takes lessons from life. 360. The zakat, almsgiving, a fortune is to give some of it. 361. Jealousy comes according to the level of protection. 362. Thanking God shall reveal the favors. 363. According to the level of the honor of the self shall be the level of nobility. 364. Having patience for a long time is a character of the faithful people. 365. The mend to the mind, that is manners. 366. The hearer of the mention of Allah is a mentioner. 367. The zakat, almsgiving, a bravery is to fight on the way of Allah. Not just in the name of, in the way of. So God sets forth all the conditions. It's not quite the same as a crusade where you can do what you want. 368. The ornament of faith is piety. 369. Banishing away the lust is a character of wise people. 370. The ornament of worshipping is humility. 371. The head of the faith is truthfulness. 372. The ornament of wisdom is giving away for this life. 373. The head of Islam is sincerity. 374. The increment in ignorance lowers down. 375. The satisfaction of a law is the closest thing one can achieve. 376. The satisfaction of a law is bound to obedience towards him. 377. The head of wisdom is to be bound to the truth. 378. The head of faith is patience. 379. The mercy toward the weak people reveals down the mercy. 380. The head of piety is to neglect the bad things in people. 381. The head of piety is to let go of lust. 382. The head of kindness is to hold on the anger. 383. The head of foreseeing is meditation. 384. The one who mentions a law is like one who sits with him. 385. The mention of a law shall banish away the devil. 386. The mention of a law is the cure of those of sick souls. 387. The mention of a law shall banish diseases and misery. 388. The clue to a man's faith is his piety. 389. The clue to a man's jealousy is his chastity. 390. The best of works is to have an equal amount of fear and hope. 391. Go deep into the depths wherever truth is. 392. Fearing Allah is the wing of faith. 393. Take determination and be bound to wisdom, and then the endings shall be fine. 394. Fearing Allah brings to the fearer the feeling of safety. 395. Fear Allah so that He makes you safe, and do not feel safe towards Him, and so He might punish you. 396. The sweetness of the winning clears the bitterness of patience. 397. The noble of all the manners is loyalty. 398. The nobility of someone is his wisdom, and his beauty lies in his brain. You know, what he puts his mind to. 399. Remembering the experiments. This is the head of the mind, wisdom. 400. The result of humility is the honor. 401. The sadness of hearts clears the sins. 402. The good thanksgiving allows more increments. 403. The good manners is the best of faith. 404. Be a neighbor for wise men, scholars, and ye shall be enlightened. Be a neighbor here means simply to be with them whenever possible. 405. The reason for the good faith is the good belief. 406. The fight against anger with kindness, that is an evidence for nobility. 407. The good kindness is an evidence for the abundant wisdom. 408. Fighting against the lusts of the self with science, wisdom, that is an address of the mindfulness. 409. The good intention comes from the good inner self. 410. The rewards of an adversity come according to how much patience was taken for it. 411. The good establishment is the best leader. 412. The good chastity is one of the characters of the nobles. 413. The beauty of good doings is to leave mentioning the favors. Mentioning favors here means to remind someone about the favors that was done to him, as to humiliate him or press on him. You know, because certainly you've got the opportunity to have good for yourself by doing good to others. 414. Being in good satisfaction is part of chastity. 415. The beauty of a favor is to complete it. 416. The goodness of understanding is a title of piety. 417. The beauty of the intention is a reason for reaching the goal. 418. The good of patience owns every matter. 419. The beauty of the free man is to avoid the shame. 420. The good patience is the step to the victory. 421. Give what is finite, and you shall win the finite. 422. The good cheerfulness is a character of every free man. 423. The fight against the lusts of the self is the dowry of paradise. 424. The good ask for forgiveness, and that clears the sins. 425. The beauty of the believer lies in his faith. 426. The good manners are the head of every good deed. 427. Sit with the wise men, and you shall be happy. 428. The good manners are a clue for the generous lineage. 429. The beauty of a man lies in respectfulness. 430. The good reputation of someone is a clue for the good inner self of that one. And related to 428, remember that thing about Noah. You know, he's in my house? No, he's not of your house. You know, because he wasn't carrying on that lineage. 431. The collection of goodness lies in the works of goodness. 432. The beauty of faith lies in piety. 433. The beauty of the intention is an evidence of the purity of birth. 434. Sit with the kind people, and you shall increase your kindness. 435. Sit with the wise men, and you shall increase your wisdom. 436. The guest of goodness is a favor from Allah. 437. The garment of piety is the noblest of all garments. 438. The garment of health is the most blessed of all garments. 439. Your garments on others shall stay more than they do on you. 440. Be generous with what you find, and you shall be thanked. 441. The price of paradise is the good deeds. 442. The rewards of patience shall erase the bitterness of adversity. 443. The rewards of jihad are the greatest of all rewards. Jihad is, it means struggle or striving, You're doing what is right. In the Islamic context, it's doing what is right when it's not the easiest thing. And of course, everything worth doing is to be done in the name of God, according to the principles of God, and, with remembrance. 444. The rewards of patience are the highest of all rewards.